Difference, you play with M and you coach with Phil and work with Kobe. What's the difference between those two, in your opinion?
Right hand.
Why?
Because with Kobe would be going to the line to shoot 2. MJ was going to shoot and 1. So a lot of them knocks that Kobe had to shoot with 2 hands, when that knock would happen, MJ put that bad boy over here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the difference, huh? Okay.
Over there.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
That to me is the only difference is that gripper.
Yeah.
And that gripper. Because I'm telling you, I done seen this brother make like he going to do a crossover, and you. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's a lit right there, bro.
Come on. Only man, I'm telling you, him and Dr. J, them hands, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain, and that's the way you say, like, and then you have Kobe, MJ, that injured Westbrook. You feel me?
Got it.
When you look at people like Ja Morant, who have that, when you be like, that's a different engine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can work, like I'm telling you, I was with MJ 4.5 seasons or whatever. Never lost a suicide. Never.
Never lost a suicide.
Never.
It's crazy.
Never.
Close?
No.
Look at Jay, like, that's hard to believe, huh? 'Cause some days you nigga walking down, I don't feel like running.
And we would ask Phil how many we got after practice, and he would ask us how many we want, because he knew we was trying to get him. So it would be like this. All right, me and BJ, we gonna go out hard on him.
Or y'all would team up on it.
Please. As soon as the whistle blow, he damn near coming back at us.
That's different.
You feel me?
Yeah.
On the real, and this ain't no job, and I'm running. I feel like I could run all day.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I quick hands, some speed.
Yeah.
But man, it wasn't even fair. On the real. And I done seen. Check this out. Kobe rehabbing, and we in Anaheim getting ready to play a preseason game, right? So going through our workout before the other team comes out, and then the other team get ready to come out. He's like, watch this Hodge. Okay, we get there 6:30, and he working on 4 spots that he gonna get 30 from that night, and he ain't taking no shots.
Where are they at?
Box, elbow, wing.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm talking about precision. And I'm pissed because it's 35, 40 minutes and nothing but D for me.
Craig Hodges is not a journalist, and he is certain.
Craig Hodges is not a journalist, and he is certainly not an outsider. He is a living witness from inside the practice gym, a teammate who faced MichaelJordan every single day for 4.5 years in Chicago, and later a coach who stood side by side with Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles. Hodges saw both men at the closest range possible, away from the lights, away from the cameras, just sweat, collisions, and truth. So when he was asked, what's the biggest difference between Jordan and Kobe, his answer carried the weight of a verdict. Hodges didn't choose stats or championships. He didn't count MVPs or scoring averages. He pointed to a detail that seemed small, yet unlocked the entire truth: the hands. Kobe, when hit with contact, had to gather the ball with both hands before he could shoot. Jordan didn't. MJ needed only one. In his palm, the ball was locked like in a vice grip. He could extend it for a fake, pull it back, switch direction mid-air, or dunk instantly. Him and Dr. J, only them, pause and let that sink in. Hands, for most players, just a biological detail. For Jordan, a weapon of mass destruction. Hodges wasn't the first to notice it, but he was the one who experienced it every practice, every post-up, every spin. And that was the wall. Kobe, no matter how obsessively he studied Jordan, no matter how perfectly he copied his fadeaway or his footwork, could never climb. When the bump came, Kobe needed 2 hands. Jordan needed 1. A single difference, enough to create an unbridgeable mountain. Think back to the 1991 Finals, Game 2. Jordan drove to the rim, ball cocked in his right as if to dunk. Sam Perkins rotated to cut him off. In midair, Jordan switched hands, laying it in softly with his left over the entire Lakers defense. The crowd froze. Magic Johnson stood under the rim, shaking his head in disbelief. That was no accident. That was the gripper in action, a live demonstration of Hodges' testimony. MJ was different down to his very anatomy, and he turned that difference into art. Kobe studied Jordan. LeBron idolized him. But some things cannot be replicated. Some moments declare a man as singular. For Jordan, the gripper was one of those secrets, a gift from the Creator and a tool he wielded to rewrite the very language of basketball. Never lost a suicide. The will that couldn't be broken. If the gripper showed how Jordan's body gave him an edge, the suicides revealed something even more terrifying, his will. Craig Hodges remembered it vividly. I was with MJ 4.5 seasons, never lost a suicide, never, not once. For those who don't know, a suicide is the most hated drill in basketball. Sprint from the baseline to the free throw line and back, then to half court and back, then to the far free throw line and back, then to the far baseline and back. It is lung-searing, leg-burning torture. Most players pace themselves. Some days you win, some days you conserve. Nobody cares about practice sprints, except Jordan. We tried to wear him down, Hodges recalled. He and B.J. Armstrong teamed up, running full throttle, hoping that maybe this time Jordan would crack. Phil Jackson would even ask, "How many do you guys want?" knowing the team's real mission wasn't conditioning, but to finally outrun number 23. And yet, every time, as soon as the whistle blew, Jordan left them in the dust. It wasn't even fair, Hodges admitted. This was not just fitness. This was defiance. To Jordan, losing even a conditioning drill meant opening a door for someone else to believe they could beat him. That door was never opened. Not in practice, not in preseason, not in June. Think about what that means. Imagine the willpower it takes to treat a Tuesday practice sprint like Game 7 of the finals. To never let a teammate, not even once, taste the feeling of finishing ahead of you. To Jordan, greatness wasn't reserved for the big stage. Greatness was a lifestyle, a suffocating presence that never switched off. And that's why his Bulls became unbreakable. When your leader treats suicides like championships, how could you coast? How could you not push? If you didn't, Jordan's fire would expose you, embarrass you, drive you out. Survival around him required excellence. Kobe prepared through obsession. LeBron maintains greatness through longevity. But Jordan enforced greatness through will. The suicides were proof. 4.5 years, hundreds of runs, 0 defeats. It wasn't even fair. Kobe's kill spots versus Jordan's flow. Craig Hodges also told a story that perfectly captured Kobe Bryant's genius and his difference from Jordan. Kobe was an architect of preparation. He would call Hodges at dawn. "We need work in the morning." At 6:30 a.m., they'd meet and Kobe would spend 35 to 40 minutes drilling the same 4 kill spots over and over. Box, box, elbow, wing. Hodges laughed about it later. "I knew he was going to get 30 from those spots that night, and I had to play defense on him for 40 minutes straight while he rehearsed it." That was Kobe's brilliance. He reverse-engineered the game. He knew where he'd get his shots, how he'd score, how he'd reach his number before the ball was ever tossed. His preparation was surgical. He studied film with Tex Winter, breaking down defenses not by his matchup, but by the third defender. He would map out where his teammates would be open, pointing out spots on the floor before the game even started. Kobe's genius was the obsessive scientist turning the unpredictable chaos of basketball into set, pre-solved equations. But Hodges makes it clear. Jordan was different. Jordan didn't need to carve the floor into 4 kill spots. For Jordan, the entire floor was a kill spot. Doug Collins, Jordan's first NBA coach, once admitted that when Jordan hit one jumper, he'd call the same play again. If he hit 2 in a row, he'd run it a 3rd time. Why? Because Jordan wasn't preparing to dominate. He was domination embodied. His fire didn't need rehearsal. His greatness wasn't scripted. It was instinctive, immediate, and unstoppable. Kobe's 6:30 workouts were legendary. His discipline was unmatched. But even that, as Hodges revealed, was the product of studying Jordan, of learning how to be great. Jordan never had to learn. He simply was. That's the difference. Kobe chased perfection through preparation. Jordan radiated perfection through presence. Practice was war every day. Craig Hodges painted the picture clearly. Playing with Michael Jordan meant that even practice was a battlefield. Jordan didn't treat scrimmages as warm-ups or tune-ups. To him, they were wars. If you couldn't handle his pressure in practice, you had no chance when the lights came on. Hodges recalled guarding him. I know he's going to post. I front him. I yell at teammates to help, because if I don't, he'll bury me. That was the daily reality. Jordan turned every drill, every possession into a test of survival. Weak players were exposed. Strong ones were sharpened. Kobe replicated this mentality years later with the Lakers, but even then, his competitive fire often came with encouragement. If I can get everybody to their best, not Kobe great, but their best, nobody can beat us. Kobe wanted to lift teammates. Jordan, he wanted to crush you. If you survived, you emerged stronger. If you didn't, you disappeared. Practices were crucibles. Steve Kerr once took a punch from Jordan in practice, and instead of fracturing the team, it toughened Kerr, earned Jordan's respect, and prepared him for the moment he would hit a championship-winning 3 in the 1997 finals. Jordan's practices were legendary, not because they were rehearsals, but because they were battles. Every day was Game 7. Every drill was a declaration. If you can't handle me here, you'll never handle me out there. Leadership styles. Kobe lifted, Jordan crushed. Here lies one of the sharpest contrasts. Craig Hodges revealed Kobe Bryant, for all his ferocity, carried a philosophy of uplift. He told Hodges, if I can get everybody to play at their greatest, not Kobe great, but their own, nobody can beat us. Kobe wanted to affirm his teammates. Jordan's leadership took a different tact. He used his superior skill to tear down teammates to only build them up stronger.
He believed that a stronger Derek Fisher, a confident Pau Gasol, a reliable Lamar Odom made the Lakers unbeatable. His greatness was partly distributive. Jordan's leadership was not affirming, it was suffocating. He set an impossible standard and demanded everyone meet it or be broken. Hodges admitted, I saw players go the other direction because of how Mia demoralized them. Jordan's bravado could crush fragile spirits. He didn't hand out kudos. He applied relentless pressure. And yet, that pressure forged champions. The Bulls dynasty wasn't built on kindness. It was built on fire, confrontation, and fear. Players like Kerr, Pippen, and Grant were hardened in that furnace. Those who couldn't handle it were discarded along the way. Kobe's leadership inspired. Jordan's leadership intimidated. Both approaches produced rings, but Jordan's method ensured that no one, inside or outside the team, ever doubted who the alpha was. On-court proof. The finals as evidence. Jordan's difference wasn't just practice lore. It exploded on the biggest stages in the most iconic moments. 1991 Finals versus Lakers. Jordan averaged 31.2 points and 11.4 assists, dismantling Magic Johnson's Lakers. The highlight? Game 2, the switch hands layup, a mid-hand improvisation that embodied the gripper, artistry, and audacity. 1992 Finals versus Blazers. Game 1, Jordan hit 6 threes in the first half, casually shrugging to the crowd after the sixth. Clyde Drexler, once hyped as Jordan's equal, was obliterated. Jordan averaged 35.8 for the series. 1993, Finals versus Suns. Charles Barkley was the MVP. Phoenix won 62 games. Jordan answered with an NBA Finals record 41.0 points per game, including 55 in Game 4. 3 straight titles, back-to-back Finals MVPs. 1997, Finals versus Jazz. The flu game. Sick, dehydrated, barely able to stand, Jordan still scored 38, hitting the dagger 3. In Game 5, he collapsed into Pippen's arms, but the Jazz collapsed in the standings. 1998, Finals versus Jazz. The last shot. Stripped Karl Malone, dribbled down, crossed Brian Russell, and buried the jumper with 5.2 seconds left. 6 titles, 6 Finals MVPs. The dynasty sealed with his fingerprints on both ends. Each moment was the embodiment of what Hodges described: the grouper, the conditioning, the killer instinct. Each Finals was a living testimony that Jordan was not just great, he was different. Direct comparisons: Jordan versus Kobe versus LeBron. Greg Hodes gave us the framework to understand the GOAT debate. Kobe was the obsessive disciple. LeBron is the monument of longevity, but Jordan was the standard. Kobe's greatness was built on study, preparation, and mimicry. He copied Jordan's moves, his fadeaway, his mindset, his 6:30 workouts, his film sessions with Tex Winter, his mapping of third defenders. This was a genius who learned how to be Jordan. Kobe's triumph was in successfully approximating the master, but Hodges makes clear Kobe had to learn. Jordan never did. LeBron's greatness is longevity. 20 years at the top, 4 titles, 10 finals, all-time leading scorer, a basketball machine mixing size, speed, and vision in ways never seen before. But LeBron needed space to recover from failures. The 2007 Finals sweep, the 2011 Mavericks collapse, 17.8 points per game, one game with just 8 points. The 2014 cramp game, he learned, adapted, rebuilt. But imagine if Jordan had been there waiting to crush him again and again. There would have been no redemption arc. Jordan would have slammed the door forever. Jordan combined Kobe's obsessive detail with LeBron's physical gifts, then added an engine of willpower neither possessed. He had the gripper, the suicides, the kill spots without needing to plan them. He didn't just recover from failure, he destroyed failure. After 3 straight years of Pistons punishment, he swept them in 1991. After every challenge, he responded not by adjusting slowly, but by conquering absolutely. Kobe was a student. LeBron is a survivor. Jordan was the summit. Conclusion: Jordan was different. Put it all together. The gripper, hands that turn tight spaces into canvases of creativity. The suicides, willpower that refused to lose even in drills that most players hated. The kill spots, Kobe's obsession to script his 30 points, contrasted with Jordan's ability to turn the whole floor into a kill zone. The practice wars, where Jordan crushed teammates until only the strongest remained. The leadership style, Kobe lifted, Jordan intimidated. Both worked, but Jordan's left no doubt who ruled. The finals moments, switch hands, shrug, 41 per game, flu game, last shot, each one a punctuation mark on immortality. Kobe was brilliant because he studied Jordan. LeBron is great because he has outlasted nearly everyone. But Jordan was something else. He was not simply the greatest, he was the different one. Different in anatomy, different in will, different in leadership, different in results. As Craig Hodes put it, he never lost a suicide, never needed 2 hands, never gave ground, never allowed comparison. That is why decades later, when people who were there are asked who stood apart, they don't hesitate, they don't waffle, they don't hedge. They say Michael Jordan was different. Not just better, not just greater, different.